Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Cabral.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you've been having an amazing weekend. If you're listening on Sunday, much appreciate the same day listens, downloads, subscribes, reviews, all of the above. So thank you so much. Hopefully you are a longtime listener to the show. If not, we still welcome you in. We appreciate you. And just want to let you know the format of the shows on the weekend are Q&As. So I'm answering our community's questions, any questions that have come in over the past few months. We get to 6 questions every Saturday and 6 of your questions every Sunday. All things, again, wellness, weight loss, anti-aging, health, career, you name it. We're answering those questions, anything to do with the natural health-based field. And really always happy to be able to answer these now. Well over 5,000 questions answered, plus, as we say, hundreds of DMs and emails per day. So appreciate you. Just letting you know as well, you can get same-day answers to your questions at cabralsupportgroup.com. So never wait the 6-7 weeks if you can't wait that long, just to head on over to cabralsupportgroup.com. Amazing group of over 13,000 people. It grows by like 1,000 people a month. So we'd love to have you over there. It's a global health community. It's a free Facebook group, and all your information just stays right there, and we answer your questions, and we're always happy to help. All right. So first question today is coming up from Nicolo. Nicolo asks, I finished the 21-day detox and I feel great. The one issue I thought would be relieved by the detox was bumps or pimples on the back of my upper arms and shoulders. I'm a 44-year-old male, 6'1", 200 pounds. Okay, so I've actually talked about this before, the little bumps, pimples on the back of the arms and shoulders, way back on a previous house call. So you can always search those house calls at stevencabral.com/podcasts. But a lot of times, these bumps and pimples can actually be a vitamin or mineral-based deficiency. Oftentimes, it is linked to vitamin A or other fat-soluble vitamins such as D, E, and K. Not always, but just letting you know. Sometimes it's an actual deficiency of when these bumps start to come up. Other times, it's a food sensitivity. So I've seen it happen a lot with dairy, no doubt about it. But gluten and other eggs is another one as well. No doubt about it. See it a lot in kids, sometimes in adults. So Nicolo, I don't know your specific reason for this, but what I would recommend is this. I would recommend running at least the starter kit. Okay, so the starter kit is 2 labs, the minerals and metals test and the Candida metabolic and vitamins test. You'll learn about all your mineral levels, all your vitamin levels. It's amazing, amazing lab. And you may want to add on top of that the food sensitivity test. So that's what I would do, those 3 labs. Of course, you can always do the big 5, but if you want to do those 3, that's going to give you a lot of data. And then after those labs are done, then I would start something like the daily foundational protocol level 2 or level 3. All right. Thank you for writing in, Nicolo. Lorena is up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. I'd love to get your view on the following. For young women that don't have their periods, whether it's due to primary or secondary amenorrhea, are chronic levels of low estrogen an issue? Estrogen levels of 211 parts, or I'm not going to go through all the different readings. Basically, the question from Lorena is asking, is not having a period is strongly correlated with bone density, with heart function. Lower estrogen may lead to increased heart disease. Number 3 is increased neurodegenerative diseases, as estrogen is highly protective against certain brain-based cells. Do you agree with the above? And the answer, Lorena, is yes, I do agree with the above. Lower levels of estrogen can eventually lead to higher levels of inflammation in the arteries. It can definitely lead to lower levels of bone density. It can lead to things like thinning of the hair. It can lead to shrinking of certain brain cells, no doubt about it. So it is an issue. There's no doubt about it. I'm not an advocate of hormone replacement therapy for almost anyone. Some people, yes. Okay. Some people, yes. But so I don't know if it's a pleasure, but let's say I have the pleasure of seeing tens of thousands of hormone lab tests. And I see hundreds of women every single year on what's called bioidentical hormone, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and their numbers are off the chart. They're terrible. Because there's just as many issues with taking a lot of the bioidenticals than there is with having low numbers. So this isn't not functional medicine, by the way. A lot of doctors call themselves functional medicine doctors when really they're medical doctors who run blood work for hormones and then put you on pharmaceuticals, which is bioidentical hormones. So we have to be really careful of that. I don't think that that's functional medicine. I mean, call it what you will. It's all semantics. I guess it doesn't really matter. But that is not the place. That's not the place to get started. Now, again, if you're going to be on bioidenticals, I'm not necessarily against that at a certain point, maybe for some people that can't control it. However, it should be a small dosage to bring you to the point when you were like in your early 30s, right? So it's when conventional medicine gets involved with a lot of these things, they just go awry. They just do. I mean, it's disastrous because they don't even retest your lab levels. So I apologize about the rant, but we want to be able to help women, right? And so we want to be able to help with these hormone levels. So whether you are premenopausal, peri, or post, you want to be able to balance your hormones. And especially if you are premenopausal and you have amenorrhea, we want to make sure that we're looking at the whole picture. So diet, exercise, right? Body fat percentage. We don't make sure that you're underweight, that you're eating too little. All these things matter. So stress, etc. So there are many things that we do, and they have to do typically with rebalancing the HPA axis, so stress in the adrenals, with the thyroid, with getting nutrient levels up, adding enough calories, doing reverse dieting to add food back into the diet without gaining a lot of weight. These are all things that we do. So I believe in everything that you just stated. And yes, we need to help these women. All right. Again, the very best thing you can do if you only run one lab is to run the stress hormones, mood, and metabolism lab. And you can find that at stevencabral.com/labs. All right. Tessie's up next. I'm a 36-year-old. I have Addison's disease and hypothyroidism. I recently suffered a silent miscarriage, after being 8 weeks pregnant. Is this common for people who have autoimmune issues? I've read that this type of miscarriage only happens to 3 to 5% of females. I really want to get pregnant again, but scared that this may happen again. Currently, I'm waiting to get my Big 5 lab results so I can get started on my healing journey. Tessie, I apologize. I'm sorry to hear, I'm sorry to hear about this, and I wish you and your family well. And this is obviously, a very devastating thing for many women and many families out there. So what I'd like to share with you is I can't tell you that this is common. I don't hear about this a lot, but you have Addison's disease and you have hypothyroidism. There are definite imbalances in the body that we would love to be able to help you with, or an integrative health practitioner level 2, because you're running the Big 5, or a naturopathic doctor. So you don't have to work with us specifically. We just want to make sure that we help you so that your body, in some instances with autoimmune issues, may go after that unborn child, right? As seeing it as foreign to the body. So having an autoimmune-based reaction. So we would love to be able to help you, of course, get that immune system more and better balanced, help with the underlying root causes. Again, not treating any diseases, not making any medical claims or medical cures, but really working on those underlying root causes, getting your body as healthy as possible. And I'm just a big believer that then your body is going to be so healthy, you're going to have your best, healthiest pregnancy yet, no doubt about it. All right. Lorena is up next. I think we just spoke with Lorena, and yes, we did. Lorena says, "Hi, it's me again. If the risks for osteoporosis, heart disease, and brain disease are increased on a woman with amenorrhea, what advice would there be other than getting the period back? At this point, I give up on getting my period back. It's been years without it since I came off birth control. I've been to endocrinologists, gynecologists in Germany. They can't figure it out." Okay. let me just read what you're saying. You say, I'm 25 years old, Vata, BMI of 20.1, body fat of 14%, 10,000 steps a day, 30-minute strength training 4 times a week, eat a 90% plant-based diet with protein, carbs, and fat, approximately 2,000 calories. Maybe body fat is a little low. I'm doing everything right, and I want to get my period back. All right. So Lorena, the first thing I can say is this. 1, don't give up. Don't give up. You're 25. I didn't get well till 27. I'd been trying to get well since 17. You just haven't found your answer yet. I didn't find my mentor till I was 26, 27 years old. When I found my mentor, I was better within 6 months. I wasn't relapsing, meaning like I was getting better before since like 22 years old, 23 years old. But then I would relapse like every 2-3 months. Here's the thing. There's a lot that you can still be working on. Remember, you're working with conventional medicine. We need to get you out of the conventional medicine mindset. We need you to come over to the natural health side. You don't have to work with us. You can work with any integrative health practitioner, ideally a level 2. And ideally, if they have mastery as well, the mastery education, or a naturopathic doctor that specializes in hormones, okay? Or you can work with our team. Your body fat is most likely too low. There's most likely higher levels of stress. You may not be getting enough sleep for your body type. Your body fat percentage in BMI, like I said, is probably a little bit too low. And this is fixable. I really believe that. Again, there's no guarantees in life, but we've worked with women for 12 months, 18 months, and finally they get their period back. They're able to, have a child, which many of them have wanted to do. And it's amazing, right? So stick with it. You have to run that lab though. You've got to run the stress hormones mood and metabolism lab, if nothing else, to look at your cortisol levels, look at your thyroid, look at your vitamin D, hemoglobin A1C, insulin, estrogen and progesterone, DHEA, testosterone. And you might say to yourself, well, how do I know when to run that lab? Because I'm not getting my period. I get it. I understand. Take it on a day where you have the most symptoms of irritability, lower mood, depression, anger, or maybe increased bloating or whatever it might be. Or if it's never the same and it's always kind of varying, then take it any day, Monday through Thursday you want, ship it back to the lab, and you'll get a plan built for you. So that's really what this is about. Honestly, here's the thing. You can do this. There's just no doubt about it. You can do this. So you don't have to work with us, but you can do this. So just keep working the process. Don't give up. Leandro is up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. Thank you for answering so many questions. I find the answers very helpful and I've learned so much. My question is regarding waking up in the morning with a locked jaw. My wife for years wakes up most mornings with a locked jaw, so you can actually hear her jaw pop, like when you crack your knuckles, when she tries opening it most mornings. Sometimes she says it's stuck for a little bit before she can open it. She has been to a chiropractor and seen other doctors and dentists, but most doctors, dentists recommend she gets a shot of Botox to help address it, which she doesn't want to do. Is there anything you could do to recommend to address this? She has PCOS, but otherwise is a very healthy woman. Thank you. Okay. So this is obviously an issue with TMJ, or with the jaw locking in some way or another. Sometimes this is caused by poor orthodontics as a teenager or child, meaning they shift the palate, they shift the jaw to fix the teeth, and it ends up offsetting the actual jaw, the mandibular basically bone, the structure of the bottom of the jaw. But it can also be caused by teeth grinding, stress, high omega-6s to low omega-3s, low B vitamins, inflammation, etc. So there's still a lot we can work on. There's no doubt about it. You can always run the big 5, hands down, or you can do something like the 21-day detox to help with the balanced healthy levels of inflammation, blood sugar, etc., and then maintain with the daily foundation protocol level 2 or level 3. That's what I would do to get started. Lab test first if you want. If not, 21-day detox plus maintain with the daily foundational protocol plus with an anti-inflammatory diet. Try this for 6 to 12 weeks. See if it happens less and less and less. If it does, you're on the right track. All right? Thanks for writing in. Aubrey is up next. My question is there an underlying issue that goes along with ganglion cysts? I've had 2. The first one went away on its own, and the second one I've had for a couple of years. Any help you can give without getting it lanced? Thank you. All right. I've been answering a lot of questions about ganglion cysts. If you want, Aubrey, head on over to stevencabral.com/podcast. Type in ganglion, cyst, and just put that in quotations, and you'll be able to find all my shows on it. Essentially, you're looking at either an injury or an inflammatory issue with sometimes repetitive motion stress, okay? So if you're at a computer a lot, could happen. If you get injured playing a sport, a racket sport, football, etc. Like I got one in college playing intramural football. It was on my right hand. It would come and go for a while, and then it just finally went away forever. It was most likely because I also was not as healthy back then. I had a lot more inflammation in my body. So a lot of these are inflammation based. Do we know what's causing inflammation in your body? We don't. It's so hard for me to guess. Usually it's gut related. Sometimes it's heavy metals. Sometimes it's poor foods, all sorts of different things. So my advice for you is going to be a lot like what I just spoke about with inflammation for Leandro. First things first, definitely I would run the big 5 if you can, because you want to look at your omega-3s as well and heavy metals with that minerals and metals test. And you want to look at your gut function and overall immunity. So I would definitely do that. And then if you can't run that, or if you can't run at least the starter kit, then I would do the 21-day functional medicine detox as well, because that's the best place to start for most people. And then I would do the daily foundation protocol plus the immunity protocol to just really try to help balance things out for a while, about 12 weeks or so. You can continue on with the daily foundation protocol. So again, I can't offer any medical advice. I can't offer any cures, any medical treatment protocols, but at least giving everyone, to the best of my ability, what I would do in your position, what I've seen in my practice over the last 20 years or so, and over 250,000 people. So just trying to pay forward what I've learned over the years, and hopefully it's helpful. If it is, always do feel free to share it with anybody else you believe it could serve. I appreciate you. I thank you for all the listens, and I'll be back tomorrow on our Mindset and Motivation Monday. Stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. And before you go, I want to make sure that you know about the amazing giveaway over at Equalife. Equalife is our virtual functional medicine practice where we help people all over the world. And we've been doing so since about 2017, when I began to slowly move my Boston-based practices online virtually so we can help more people through the power of the internet. So one of the things that we like to do on a weekly basis, as much as we can, we like to share with people a lot of our favorite products. And one of those products that the community has absolutely been loving are our new CBD gummies. These are 10 milligrams per gummy, and they're the only gummies that I know of, literally anywhere, that do not have any artificial colors, which means no artificial dyes, no paints in them, anything like that, and they have no artificial flavors. So they are the cleanest CBD gummy on the market, and they deliver 10 milligrams per gummy. Most adults will have 4 gummies at one time, and although you'll want to work with your health practitioner, if you have a child using cannabinoids as part of their protocol, they of course could start with a half or 1, and that is up to you, of course, as a parent. But we are giving away our watermelon flavored CBD gummies right now on all qualifying orders over at Equalife. Of course, I think you should take advantage of this. It's an amazing product, and it's absolutely free. So it's a great price. I believe it's a $49 value. Yours completely free. Head on over to stevencabral.com/Equalife, and you will be able to see this offer while supplies last. Again, it's stevencabral.com/Equalife, and Equalife is EQUILIFE. Take care.